Once upon a time, in the mist-shrouded peaks of the Yellow Mountains in ancient China, there lived a young farmer named Liang. Liang was not a lazy man. In fact, he was known in his village for his burning ambition and his desire to provide a wealthy life for his aging parents. While other young men in the village were content with growing cabbage and bok choy, crops that sprouted quickly and offered a fast return, Liang wanted something greater. He dreamed of becoming a merchant of fine timber, supplying the emperor's palace with the strongest, most resilient wood in the land, the Moso Bamboo.
Liang had heard legends of the Moso Bamboo. It was said to be stronger than steel by weight and flexible enough to withstand the fiercest typhoons. He calculated that if he could cultivate a forest of this precious plant, he would secure his family's fortune for generations. Filled with the intoxicating energy of a new beginning, Liang cleared a large plot of land on the rocky hillside. He spent his entire savings on the finest seeds imported from the southern provinces. He woke up before dawn, tilled the soil until his hands bled, and planted the seeds with the reverence of a monk burying a sacred relic.
He truly believed that his hard work would be rewarded quickly. He imagined the green shoots rising like spears from the earth within weeks, growing tall and majestic, silencing the doubts of his neighbors who mocked his ambitious choice.
However, nature operates on a clock that does not care for human ambition.
The first year passed. Liang watered the soil every single day. He weeded the ground meticulously, ensuring not a single unwanted plant stole nutrients from his precious seeds. He waited. He watched.
Nothing happened. The ground remained bare, brown, and silent. There was no sign of life.
His neighbors, who had planted cabbage, had already harvested 3 times. They walked by his field with baskets full of produce, shaking their heads. "Liang the fool," they whispered. "He waters the dirt and expects gold to grow. He is a man who works for ghosts."
Liang felt a pang of shame, but he held on to his vision.
"Greatness takes time," he told himself. The second year came and went. Liang continued his ritual. He woke up, carried heavy buckets of water up the hill, and fertilized the soil. He spoke to the ground, urging the seeds to wake up. Still, nothing happened. The soil was as barren as the day he cleared it. The whispers of the neighbors turned into open laughter. Even his wife began to look at him with eyes full of pity and worry. "Husband," she said gently, "perhaps it is time to plant something else. We cannot eat dreams." The third year passed. Then the fourth. By now, Liang was exhausted. His ambition had turned into a heavy stone in his chest. He began to question his sanity. Was he delusional? Had he been sold bad seeds? Was the soil cursed? He had poured 4 years of his life, his sweat, and his hope into this patch of earth, and he had absolutely nothing to show for it. Not a single green shoot, not a leaf, nothing but wet dirt. One evening, in the middle of the 5th year, Liang stood in the middle of his empty field. The sun was setting, casting long shadows over the barren ground. He dropped his water buckets. The sound echoed in the silence of the mountain. He fell to his knees and wept. "I have failed," he whispered. "I have wasted my life watering nothing." He decided that the next morning he would dig up the seeds, burn the field, and plant cabbage like everyone else. He was ready to quit.
But that night, a heavy rain fell, and Liang decided to sleep in one last time. When he awoke the next morning to destroy his field, he saw something that stopped his heart.
Pushing through the wet soil was a tiny, sharp green tip.
Liang froze. He blinked, rubbing his eyes. It was real.
And then the miracle happened. In the days that followed, the bamboo didn't just grow, it exploded.
It grew 3 feet in a single day. By the end of the week, it was taller than Liang. In 6 weeks, the bamboo forest had grown to a staggering height of 90 feet. The once barren hill was now a dense, majestic forest of green steel, swaying in the wind, the most valuable crop the village had ever seen.
The neighbors were silenced. They stared in awe, claiming it was magic. They said Liang was lucky, that he became a success overnight. But Liang knew the truth. He hadn't succeeded in 6 weeks. He had succeeded in 5 years.
This story of Liang reveals a profound truth about the nature of success and the human condition. Liang, like many of us, suffered from the illusion of visibility. He believed that if he couldn't see the results, then no progress was being made. When he looked at the barren ground during those 4 agonizing years, he saw failure. He saw wasted time. He saw stagnation. But he was wrong. Underneath the surface, deep within the dark soil where no eyes could see, a massive, complex root system was developing. For 4 years, the Moso Bamboo was not sleeping. It was building a foundation. It was spreading its roots wide and deep, anchoring itself into the bedrock, preparing to support the massive weight it would soon have to bear. If the bamboo had tried to shoot up 90 feet in the first year without that root system, the first strong wind would have toppled it. It needed that invisible season to survive its visible success.
We live in a world that is obsessed with the harvest, but despises the planting. We crave the 6 weeks of rapid growth, the viral video, the sudden promotion, the body transformation, the lottery win. We scroll through social media and see the 90-foot bamboo trees of others, and we assume they shot up overnight. We do not see their 4 years of watering the dirt. We do not see the lonely mornings, the failures, the doubts, and the silent rooting process.
Because of this, we often give up during the rooting phase. This is the valley of despair. It is that period in any endeavor, learning a language, starting a business, getting fit, where you are putting in maximum effort but seeing 0 results.
You go to the gym for 2 months, but the scale doesn't move.
You write 10 blog posts, but nobody reads them.
You practice the guitar every day, but you still sound clumsy.
In these moments, the voice of Liang's neighbors enters our heads. You are a fool, it says. You are watering dirt. Nothing is happening. Quit now and cut your losses.
And tragically, most people do. They quit in year 3, not realizing that the breakthrough was waiting in year 5. They abandoned the bamboo to plant cabbage, choosing a life of quick, small rewards over the long, massive victory they truly desired. Ancient Chinese philosophy, deeply rooted in the observation of nature, Taoism, teaches us the concept of Wu Wei, or effortless action, and the importance of cycles. Confucius himself spoke of the cultivation of the self as a long, invisible process.
The bamboo teaches us that patience is not passive waiting. Patience is active trust.
Liang was not waiting for 4 years. He was working. He was watering. He was weeding. That is the difference between laziness and patience. Laziness is expecting the harvest without the work. Patience is doing the work even when the harvest is invisible.
If you are ambitious but feel stuck, you must change your relationship with time. You must understand the law of compounding.
In the beginning, your efforts seem to make no difference. 1% improvement today adds nothing visible to your life. 1% improvement tomorrow is still invisible. But like the roots of the bamboo, these small actions are compounding underground.
Suddenly, a tipping point is reached. The roots are deep enough, the foundation is set, and the growth that follows looks like an explosion to the outside world. But to you, it is simply the natural result of the foundation you built.
If you are currently in a season where you are working hard but seeing no return, do not despair. Do not let the silence of the soil fool you. You are not failing. You are rooting. You are building the internal character, the discipline, and the resilience that will be required to sustain the success you are asking for.
Many people get the success they want too early, before their roots are deep enough to hold it. What happens? They collapse under the weight of it. They win the lottery and go bankrupt. They get the promotion and burn out. They become famous and lose their minds.
Be thankful for the rooting phase. It is protecting you. It is preparing you.
How do we apply the lesson of the bamboo to our modern, distracted lives? The ancient sages would suggest 3 shifts in mindset to survive the years of invisible growth.
First, detach from the result. Commit to the ritual.
Liang almost failed because he was obsessed with the shoot, the result. He succeeded because, despite his doubt, he committed to the ritual, watering. In your own life, stop checking for the sprout every hour. Stop checking the scale every day. Stop refreshing your analytics every minute.
Instead, fall in love with the water bucket. Fall in love with the daily grind. Make the action itself your victory. If you wrote 500 words today, you won. If you exercised for 30 minutes, you won. It does not matter if the external world hasn't rewarded you yet. You have fed the roots.
Second, trust the law of nature. Nature never cheats. There is a universal law of cause and effect. No effort is ever truly wasted. It is merely stored. Energy cannot be destroyed, only transformed. The work you are doing today, the books you are reading, the skills you are practicing, the rejection emails you are sending, is being stored in your root system. It may not pay off in the way you expect, or when you expect, but it will pay off. Have the faith of the farmer. A farmer does not dig up his seed every day to see if it's growing. He trusts the earth. Trust your work.
Third, ignore the cabbage farmers.
Liang's neighbors were planting cabbage, a crop that grows fast, is cheap, and rots quickly. They will always mock the bamboo farmer. They will tell you to be realistic. They will tell you to get a real job or to stop chasing unrealistic dreams.
Forgive them, for they do not understand the scale of your vision. They are playing a short-term game. You are playing a long-term game. Do not lower your standards to their timeline. If you want a 90-foot life, you must be willing to endure the 4-year silence.
The story of Liang is a mirror. Look into it.
Where in your life are you currently watering the dirt?
Is it a relationship you were trying to heal? A business you were trying to scale? A body you are trying to heal? A mind you are trying to master?
You may feel foolish today. You may feel tired. You may feel like throwing down your buckets and walking away. But remember the bamboo. Remember that the most critical growth is always the growth you cannot see. You are building capacity. You are deepening your hold on reality. Do not quit in the 4th year. Do not quit 5 minutes before the miracle. Keep watering. Keep believing. Keep showing up.
Your roots are deeper than you know, and your season of rising is closer than you think. The moment you break through the soil, you will not just grow, you will soar, and the world will wonder how you did it so fast. You will smile, knowing that it wasn't speed, it was the power of the invisible work.
Water your dreams today, even if you were the only one who can see them.